Assalamualaikum. My name is Eva Natasha Tubetrizon Tiosun. You can call me Eva. My student ID is 2019312083. So I've been given a task from Madam Fazlina, which is will I venture to a franchise business? If yes, explain why, and if no, explain why. So my answer is yes, because as you know, entrepreneurs who have developed a successful business often wonder if they should franchise as a way to expand their operations. Like any business model, franchising has its benefits and also drawbacks. There is no way to know for sure whether franchising is a right for your company until you evaluate its pros and also cons in the context of your operations. That usually requires to help of a franchise attorney or also consultant. But before you start talking to the experts, you should get a sense of the key advantages and also disadvantages of a franchise business. So now I would like to explain what is the three advantages of opening franchise businesses. So for the first point, it can access to a better talent. Franchising is a really great way to find a talented people to manage your location and also give them an incentive to work hard. So the most qualified and also the hardest working people generally prefer to invest in running a business in return for profits rather than taking a salary as an employee. So by franchising, you are going to get a better talent that will work harder to build the business than you would by hiring someone to work for you. So for the next point is it's easy of the expansion capital, which means franchising is a good way to obtain expansion capital. Why? Because your franchises pay to buy and outlets in your chain. You can grow the number of locations without tapping much of your own capital or needing to request financing from banks, also investors. So my next point is we can minimize the growth of the risk. Franchising can generate high financial returns for relatively little risk. Unlike adding company own their outlets, when you franchise, you put relatively little money into adding each location. If you have a good business model, you can earn high royalties from sales at those outlets. The percentage returns you earn can be many times what you have earned if you open and ran the outlets by yourself. So that is the advantage of the franchising businesses. So now I would like to explain the other three disadvantages of the franchising businesses. So for my first point is we can get less control over managers. You can't tell franchises to do the way you can with employees. Franchises are independent business. Moreover, they have different goals from yours, which can easily conflict and even lead to legal trouble. So, for an example, franchises make money by collecting a percentage of sales as a royalty, right? For letting the franchisee use their brand name and also operating system. Franchisees make money from the outlet's profits. Anything that boosts sales but not profits will create conflict between you and the franchisee. If you want to offer customers promotional coupons, franchisee may likely object. Coupons boost sales but not always profits, benefiting the franchisee but not necessarily the franchisee. So my next point is a weaker core community. It is more difficult to get franchisees as opposed to hired store managers to work together. Franchisees have an incentive to profit from each other's effort to generate businesses. For instance, your franchisees might try to get out of paying for the advertising needed to attract customer, figuring they will get the customer anyway if other franchisees buy the advertising. Yeah, but of course, if all of them do the same thing, you will end up with no customers because you have got no advertising. There are ways of minimizing franchisee free riding, of course, but those cost money and require enforcing your franchisee contracts in court. My last point for disadvantage of the franchising business is innovation challenges. It's a lot harder to innovate with franchising than if you own your own outlets, right? Why? With franchising, if you come up with a new idea, you have to negotiate with your franchisees to get them to accept the new product or whatever innovation you want to introduce instead of just putting the new idea in place on your own. Lastly, what I can conclude is we franchising isn't a silver bullet for business expansion, but when the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, it can be a great way to grow your business. So that's all from me. Thank you for lending me your ears to hear what is my point. I'm going to explain about the pros and cons about the opening franchising business. Thank you.